The character of Older Gohan is quite different than his childlike counterpart. Older Gohan is much more caring, mature, and confident compared to his childlike counterpart. Now that he was able to choose his own path of how he wanted to control his life, he no longer focuses so much on being a fighter. Rather, he wants to be a scholar and have a world of peace. A month ago, I discussed on my channel the voices of Gohan in Dragon Ball. However, in the video I stated that I was going to split the retrospective into two parts. The first part of the retrospective was discussing Kid Gohan, which you can see in the description below. In this video we'll be discussing the main voice actors for Older Gohan, so let's dive right into it. The main voice actors for Older Gohan consist of Masako Nozawa in Japanese Dragon Ball, Hebert in the Funimation dub of Dragon Ball and most forms of media, Brad Swaile from the Ocean dub, and Dameon Clarke, the voice actor for Future Gohan in the History of Trunks special. Masako Nozawa portrays Gohan in such a way to where he speaks like a calmer, more intelligent Goku. Now that Gohan is older, she doesn't have to go as high for his voice, and thus Gohan's serious side is more evident than ever. You see a clear distinction between Goku, Gohan, and Goten. I think she did a great job separating the three to make them sound different. Her serious side is best in Gohan's fight against Super Buu, but don't worry, her comical, funny side is there as well. Gohan's is like a teenager getting embarrassed, which makes it still funny and awkward, and her Great Saiyaman is in a way where she can still manage to give everyone a laugh. And quite frankly, she is the best Great Saiyaman out of every single person here. So Nozawa, I have no complaints for you. Now let's go to Hebert. He is the definitive English Gohan, as he's done it the longest and performed in the most material. He shows the capabilities, and his acting doesn't feel forced or anything. It feels natural and laid back most times, and intense and badass when it needs to be. He was fairly good in the Z dub. Surprisingly, no matter how bad the dub was, he's actually one of the better voices in that. He's improved greatly in the past years because he's already set the bar for how high he was going to perform in the future. His Great Saiyaman is kind of awkward though, as he sounds like a flat out idiot saying his lines. But that still is funny nonetheless, and Hebert nails the serious side of Gohan greatly, and I think he probably does it the best.
No, I want to kill you.
Brad Swaile. Every voice actor I mentioned in this video is great, but I'll tell you this. Brad Swaile is my favorite Buu Saga Gohan. Brad Swaile has the serious attitude nailed down perfectly, and his voice fits him greatly since he actually sounds like a teenager and understands the character very nicely. Although, on the other hand, there are certain moments where it feels like he's just reading lines off of paper and is over-enunciating every word. Yes, you can do that. Almost as if he's forced to do it. This is probably just the case with Ocean Dub's awful direction and script, but everything else is great about Brad Swaile. He nails the teenager part incredibly, like I said, and has the best voice overall. He was very well suited for the role, and if he had better direction from his ADR director and a better script, he would have been the GOAT for Gohan voice acting. And a side note, he also voices Light Yagami in Death Note, which may be another reason for why he's my favorite. But let's not get too biased here. Dameon Clarke. I know this one is a little bit of a smaller of a role, as it was only in the Future Trunks special, but that still does deserve a spot. Clarke's take on Future Gohan is, in my opinion, better than Kyle's take on Future Gohan. Instead of the Gohan in the Buu Saga, this one has had a much more harsh environment, been through so much more, and is a much more tense person overall. And I think Dameon does the serious role justice. This Gohan isn't a child or a teenager. He's a grown man, and Dameon fits the mature version of Gohan incredibly. You can easily know what this Gohan is like from the way he speaks. The tense, yet calm and soothing voice gets even nicer with the scenes with Trunks. The mentor having a calm personality, while also keeping the serious, intense vibe, is great for training the world's only hope. I have no complaints with Dameon Clarke at all. He nailed Future Gohan perfectly, and I do wish Sabat would recast Kyle for Dameon when it comes to Future Gohan in the video games. If I had to pick an order for the best / favorites, it would be Brad Swaile and Dameon Clarke, as I can't decide which one is better at number 1, Hebert at number 2, and Masako Nozawa at number 3. Nozawa is great and does her role as Gohan very nicely, but I think she's better suited for Kid Gohan if you ask me. Still though, all these Gohan actors are great. When I say recast Kyle for Future Gohan, I don't mean that to diss Kyle or anything. His Gohan is great and is still improving due to the high bar he set back then. I think it's actually perfect for Gohan in Battle of Gods onwards, as he's no longer a teenager and is a young adult. I wouldn't be able to see Dameon Clarke taking on Buu Saga teenager Gohan as well as the others, as he's greatly suited for the harsh yet kind Gohan in the Trunks special that we saw. And any kind of ironic that he voiced Cell as well, wacky. And Brad Swaile's voice pushes through the awful direction and makes up for it with him actually being the best Ocean voice actor for Z and understanding the teenage character the best out of everyone here. And that has been my short video talking about the English voices of Older Gohan. What do you guys think? I understand that there are some other voices of Gohan as well, like the GT Blue Water dub one. Ugh. and the one from Final Bout, which wasn't too bad if you ask me, but I decided to cover the main 4 in this video. Anyways guys, thanks so much for watching. Ninja out. Peace everybody.